Selamese. I decided to learn my grandma's native language to surprise her on her birthday. My grandma grew up in a small village in Bashkortostan Republic, home to the indigenous Bashkir people. While she is fluent in Bashkir, I never learned it. Growing up, we spoke Russian at home, and though I'm ethnically Bashkir, the language was always in the background for me. I had bits of connection to Bashkir culture, watching kids shows on national TV, eating traditional food, and celebrating holidays like Uraza Bayram, Kurban Bayram, and even participated in reciting prayers during ceremonies like nikah, for marriages, childbirth celebrations, or funerals. But speaking Bashkir, not really. Even in school, when we had native language lessons, I never got past basic understanding. As life went on, I moved to different cities and even countries. Over time, I started feeling like something was missing. A part of me didn't feel complete. Bashkir is such a local language that I never encountered it anywhere outside Bashkortostan. The last time I was immersed in it, if we even can call it that, was over 13 years ago. Back then, when my family spoke it, I could only respond in Russian, and often even understanding them was hard. Now, my comprehension is almost non-existent. Random fact: when I started this challenge, I realized that I don't even know the word in Bashkir that means end. Like, how is that possible? I don't know why you need to know that. I'm just so shocked, so I decided to share. Yesterday it dawned on me. My grandma's birthday is in 7 days. Why not to use this opportunity to challenge myself? Could I learn enough Bashkir to speak to her, to wish her happy birthday, to talk and to have a normal, real conversation in her native language? I've always wanted to learn Bashkir, so why not now? I'm trying to recall what I know in Bashkir before starting this challenge, and the only phrases that I can say are "Meaning ismim Elsa", "Koyash", "Adık "Min hine yaratam". That's it. It wasn't much to work with, but I was determined. I hadn't talked to my grandma in a while and I knew she'd be surprised. And also it was a chance for me to reconnect to my roots and to show her that I care deeply about our culture. But here's the thing, 7 days is not a lot of time. And my week has already been packed with different activities. But still, I decided to go for it. I immediately started searching for Bashkir language resources. A big textbook wasn't an option for me, I didn't have time. Plus, I'm not a fan of those traditional language systems that start with vocabulary like nationalities, animals, and fruits. They are fine for long-term learning, but they are useless when you want to start communicating quickly. Finding a Bashkir teacher also wasn't realistic. It's hard to find one, first of all, and even harder to find someone who matches your learning style. So I decided to rely entirely on myself. I didn't anticipate how little there was out there for Bashkir language. There are almost no learning resources available. Even popular language tools I've used for English didn't support Bashkir language. So I found a few videos on YouTube, but they didn't have subtitles. And Bashkir alphabet also has unique symbols that require a specific keyboard, which added to the challenge. Fun fact, I completely ignored and forgot to check Google Translate because I usually don't use it. And on day 4 I randomly decided to check it, and yes, it turns out it has Bashkir. That was a game changer for me, and from that day on I had a translator to help me. I knew that I needed some exposure to the Bashkir language. My main resources were, first of all, YouTube. I searched for anything Bashkir related. My favorite was the Balalar channel. They use simple day-to-day conversations and they pronounce words clearly. I rewatched the videos multiple times, shadowed their phrases and wrote down essential words. I even found the show that I used to watch as a child, Sangildak. Hearing the theme song made me cry. I'd memorized the melody as a kid but never knew the meaning. It made me realize just how disconnected I'd become from my roots. The second main resource was ChatGPT. I use it to create lists of the most commonly used words and phrases, focusing only on essentials. My goal wasn't fluency, it was to learn enough for a meaningful conversation. Everything went well, but then something unexpected happened. For the first 3 days, I studied extensively and felt proud of my progress. But by day 4, I hit a wall. Negative thoughts crept in. Elsa, this was a crazy idea. 7 days, it's impossible. Why even try? It's actually harder than I thought it would be.
Oh my gosh.
I procrastinated the whole day, doubting myself. Then, already late that night, I realized that this mindset wasn't serving me. And even if I didn't achieve the level I wanted to, I would be proud of myself for trying. So the next day, I got back on track. The most important part of my journey was practice. Since I didn't have anyone to talk to, I talked to myself. I imagined conversations with my grandma, building sentences in my head, and there was a recurring problem that I didn't expect. I didn't know all the words to make full sentences in Bashkir, and my brain was constantly trying to fill in the gaps with English words. So it was very funny Bashkir-English experience. So it's day 6. And I decided to call my mom for help. Tomorrow is my grandma's birthday, and now I'm going to the park and I want to call my mom. I hope she won't spill the beans, but I have to tell her. She didn't know about this idea, no one knew. She is not fluent in Bashkir either, but she can speak it quite well. We talked for about 50 minutes and that was my first and only real conversation practice. She listened to me, corrected my mistakes, and gave me some phrases that might be useful, and also encouraged me. Today is the day, it's my grandma's birthday, and after all this hard work I've put into this challenge, you probably think that I would feel ready, right? Nope. I can confidently say I don't feel ready. As soon as I woke up, I had breakfast and jumped straight into my last-minute review session. I live in Portugal, which is 5 hours behind my grandma's time, so I knew I had to call her by 1 p.m. my time, 6 p.m. her time, so it wouldn't be too late. I spent the morning going over phrases, rehearsing possible conversations in my head and imagining how it may go. I used to do this in English too before any important meeting or presentation, just trying to prepare for every possible scenario. But no matter how much you rehearse, real-life conversations have a way of going completely off script. By noon I realized something. I would never feel ready. No amount of practice would take the nerves or guarantee that I wouldn't stumble over my words. It was now or never, so I took a deep breath, picked up my phone and called her. Not to make this video too long, I'll be releasing the second part, the call itself. Subscribe and don't forget to watch a video with me calling my grandma. And spoiler, it didn't go as I expected at all. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye!